guys, so this week we are revisiting perspective again, and I know we keep doing perspective projects, but it is such a useful and essential art skill to know. So the first thing that I've done on my paper is draw my horizon line and my vanishing point. And I don't know that I've mentioned this in one of my previous perspective demos, but you always want to draw your horizon line first and then find the center of your horizon line for your vanishing point. So if we draw our vanishing point first, we're A, not very sure if it's centered or not, and B, your horizon line can be anywhere on your paper that you want it to be. It doesn't have to be in the middle of your paper. So we want to determine where our horizon line is going to be first, because it could be up here, it could be down here, or it could be in the middle, in between that somewhere. And then you want to draw your vanishing point. And I've drawn them this week in red just so you guys can see them on the video, and especially so you can still see them while I'm drawing on top of it. But of course you want to draw yours very, very lightly in pencil, because you're going to want to, at the very least, erase your vanishing point here in a bit. I left my pencil on my desk. Let me go grab that and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with the pencil. So this week we are going to be doing something a little different. For the last couple of times that we've practiced perspective, we have done, first we did shapes, perspective shapes. So we started you guys off kind of gradually, and then we eased into doing perspective landscapes, so outside somewhere, or cityscapes with buildings, and we learned that everything converges back to the vanishing point. And that includes all of our, if you remember back to our perspective cityscapes, that includes all of our windows and doors, everything that is going back at an angle. The tops and bottom lines of those are going back all to meet our vanishing point with those diagonal, or like we say, orthogonal lines. Okay, this week we're doing something a little bit different. We are going to be drawing an interior space, so the inside of a room. Now this could be a room that you're in. You could draw a little bit from observation for this room, but we're wanting to make these interior spaces surrealist. So hopefully you've taken a look at the slides and seen some examples of surrealist work. It is sort of this like weird, dreamlike, there's some elements to it that don't exist in real life. All of those things come together to give us this kind of surrealist feeling in our artwork. So that part of our project this week is going to be totally up to you, because that is part of our creativity and pushing ourselves for this project. Is you get to come up with what elements feel surreal to you, so you can add whatever kind of weird things that you want to into your space. So I'm just going to be showing you in this video, and I know this is kind of a wordy intro, I'm just going to be showing you the basics of how to draw interior spaces, and then maybe a little bit of furniture and things like that. Okay, so we have our horizon line, we have our vanishing point. Those are the first things you need. Now I am going to draw the back wall of my room. So as always, it's useful and necessary to have a ruler for this project, but if you don't own a ruler at home, just grab something with a flat edge like a book. You will need a flat edge for this, okay? So I know that my vanishing point is the center point of my paper. It's at my 6-inch mark, and my paper is 12 inches total. So I'm a little bit of a crazy math person. I really like making things equal, and I like measuring in my artwork. So I'm going to make the back wall an equal number of inches on either side of my vanishing point. If you aren't so persnickety like me, you can absolutely just go in and draw a rectangle around your vanishing point. So I am going to start from this side. Now once again measure and make sure mine are equal, because now I'm doubting myself. 3 inches, 3 inches. I'll do 2.5, split the difference. All right, so now I have the back wall of my room space. Now what I want to do is I want to connect the corners of my room through my vanishing point. So we're not connecting our corners to the corners of our paper. We're connecting them to our vanishing point. So that goes like that. you can see that like this might line up with the corner, and it does in fact with our paper. So it does line up with the corner there, and it lines up with our vanishing point. But down here, we don't want to connect this corner to this corner, because if I kept that line going, you can see it misses my vanishing point by a long distance. So we want to make sure that all of our corners are lined up with our vanishing point and not with the corners of our paper. So you can see like it kind of, my paper kind of cuts off the bottom of this wall a little bit, and that's okay. If your rectangle is dead center on your paper, like my horizon line is a little bit below the center of my paper. If your horizon line is dead center, your corners will probably connect better with the corners of your paper, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so now I have my interior space all drawn in 1-point perspective. So I have a back wall, I have a ceiling, a floor, and 2 side walls that I can now start to fill with my surrealist elements. So remember, just like when we were drawing our buildings, when you draw furniture or items inside an interior space, we also need to keep track that everything is meeting back at this vanishing point. And a really good way to make sure is just after you draw something, hold your ruler across the top and bottom of it and make sure that those lines connect back to your vanishing point. So for example, if I'm drawing like a bedroom, I might draw a bed over here. So I'm gonna draw the top of the mattress right here, and that's my horizontal line. But then the edges of my bed need to connect through my vanishing point. And by through, I don't mean I'm connecting it back to my vanishing point. I mean I'm lining up my ruler with the vanishing point so that this line that's coming down this way is the correct angle. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. Same thing with this one over here. We don't want it to be at the same angle as this line. That would look a little funny to our eye. We need to connect our ruler to our vanishing point, make sure that it's touching the edge of the item that we're working on drawing, and then draw our line back this way. So that is the top of a very proportional bed drawn in perspective. So now I just need to draw like the edge of the bed. So I would do a straight up and down line like this. It's almost like you're drawing part of a cube, which we've done before in the past. And then again, this and that need to connect through. So the angle of the edge of the bed looks like that, okay? So that would be kind of like the basic form for maybe like a bed. You could also turn this same basic form into like a couch or a chair of some kind if you gave it a back here. If I'm going to draw, let's say a chair over here, because chairs are a little bit tricky to draw in general. I am going to draw, let's see, Mrs. Turner's thinking. Okay, so I'm gonna draw the top of my chair as a horizontal line. And then I'm going to connect that through my vanishing point. This may turn into more of a bench, actually. I'm connecting this through my vanishing point, and I'm drawing a line going this way. And then I'm going to place my ruler on this horizontal line, and I'm gonna drag it down until I reach the edge of my chair. So I'm gonna make it about this size. I'm gonna erase these little extra lines. So you can see that my top and bottom lines for these items on the walls are just horizontal lines straight across. And then my side lines are the ones that are going back towards my vanishing point, okay? So to finish out this chair, I'm just gonna give it a little edge. So the front is flat because we're looking straight at the front of it, but then this line is going to connect back to my vanishing point to make this little lip of the chair. That's gonna be a straight line, okay? And then if I wanted to do the back of the chair, I'm gonna connect from these 2 back points, straight up and down lines, and then this line is also going to connect our vanishing point, okay? So that's how I would draw sort of a basic chair shape. Of course, you can add all the details and personalizations to this room that you want. Make sure that you are including surrealist elements. So you're not just drawing your regular bedroom at home with all the furniture that's inside of it. Make sure that you're adding in something that is not real, that gives your space a dreamlike feeling. Like maybe there's an alien crawling in through your window, and maybe there's instead of a regular ceiling, it looks like you're looking up into the galaxy. Really try to be creative with how you're pushing this space beyond just a normal room into our surrealist art movement. We hope you guys have so much fun practicing again with perspective, but being a little bit more creative with it this week. If you give this project a try, please don't forget to share with us. We love seeing what you make, and we hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Bye.